All right, everybody. This is Emar Sobatuta, the Sports Inquirer, and happy to be joined by Clara Bednarek, a sophomore volleyball player for Georgia State. How was the off season for you in just preparing for this upcoming 2021 campaign?
Um, this offseason was full of challenges, I would say, for our team and for myself in particular. And also coming back into season and learning that we might have to play with masks on again and things like that. I think we have a new set of teammates. We have about 8 to 9 new teammates, depending on, we have a returning junior who didn't play here last year, Juliana Truscott. Yes. So incorporating all of those teammates into our family unit has been a challenge, but they're such an interesting and fun and loving group of people. So we're having a ton of fun doing that. Also learning like our skills together. We doubled our team size. And so learning new players and stuff like that. I would say that was the most difficult part of the off season, in the spring season, as well as our preseason that we just ended last weekend.
Did you stay in Atlanta? Were you able to get any preparations as far as playing goes in the summer? Or did you have to stay isolated, as you mentioned, with everything that's going on?
Yeah, good question. Some of us were able to be here on campus. I was only able to be here for the last half of the summer. So for July and the beginning of August.
Yeah, and what's different about this year as well for you being a sophomore and being used to the college game? And how do you pass that along to the newer players that you mentioned joining the team?
Yeah, I would say the most difficult part is now all of my skills and like my offensive weapons are kind of out there. And so mixing up my shots and finding a way to create space and find the floor in the game is what I'm working on the most right now. And Kristen Ashby, our new right side, she is a freshman, and she and I have been working closely together on trying to find our kills. And I think that she's been helping me in the same ways that I've been helping her create new shots and really develop our arm swing in that way.
Yeah, and were you able to use that against Chattanooga for your exhibition match? You were able to win 5-0, 5-0, and win all 5 sets that you played. What were you able to execute as far as those new shots and working with your teammates, and what do you take away from it?
I would give a lot of credit to our setters for mixing up our offense. We have a very balanced offense now. We have strong hitters on the pins and in the middles and from the back row now. We're super excited about that, and our setters did a great job of balancing the offense and really reversing the flow. So if the ball is coming to the middle of the court, throwing it backwards to the pin to the right sides, and so that we could actually terminate that ball. I think that's one of the things that we've been doing differently this year. And it opens a lot of hitting options for us. The middles also being up in transition have opened a lot of blocking opportunities for us.
Yeah, and I'll go back a few minutes ago where we were just talking. Just being a sophomore, what is your comfort level as far as being on the collegiate field as opposed to this time last year? You came in on a very difficult freshman campaign, on and off the court, everything that was going on. Just what about this year, 2021, and just you feeling more acclimated into the college game?
Personally, I feel really comfortable here, especially on the court. My teammates do really well working with me, and the leaders within our team do a very good job of making sure that all of us are mentally engaged when we need to be. Also, our setters, like I mentioned before, I can't give them enough credit. They do a great job of making us look good. So, of course, that makes me feel super, super comfortable hitting and taking big swings. Also, our liberos and our back row defense just covering us and really protecting our court.
And you face Chattanooga again this weekend, this time in regular season for your tournament. How excited is the team to play regular season matches, but then also playing 3 matches in a 2-day span. That's to be a lot of volleyball over a 48-hour period. How's the team preparing for this?
We've had a lot of team video, watching film and going over weaknesses that we need to exploit in other teams, as well as weaknesses that could be exploited on our court. So we've been working to patch that up. Also understanding what could happen if maybe we run out of subs and random situations. We've been really throwing ourselves out of our comfort zones and working to get past it in practices. So we've been incorporating that aspect into our practices.
Yeah, you kind of touch on this as well. You have a big roster. I think you have 18 players you mentioned. If available, that's a large amount of players. How's that been with practices and being organized, because you're too deep in every position at least?
Absolutely. It's posed its challenges for sure, like warm-ups in game setting. We only have a limited amount of time and all of these hitters need to get warmed up. So we have been a lot more efficient in our transition drills and all of our serving drills, all of those, every single drill actually, because we are very deep in every position. We also have 3 courts in our gym. We're very fortunate. So we split off by positions. And so we have to be very focused and very, those who have been here and already know what the drills are, we have to lead by example or be very vocal with the incoming players and make sure that we're all on the same page and working towards the same goal.
Has it been more competitive this year as opposed to last year, finding your way onto the court and competing for playing time?
Absolutely. There are, I believe, six right sides, 5 or 6 right sides, something like that. There's 4 middles. We have 4 outsides, 4 to 5 outsides, because we have just like 2 players that swing to the pin at both sides. So we have to be very flexible and work very hard in practice if we want to see the court.
Have you seen yourself playing different positions this year and fooling around the court between the pins and even maybe some time in the middle?
Yes, absolutely. I actually was recruited here as middle. I'm a middle. I've never played right side before. I played a little bit my sophomore year of high school, but it was my first year playing volleyball. So it's definitely been a wild ride learning how to acclimate myself to the right side, because in the spring I was training as a right side here, not right side, excuse me, as a middle with Misha Griffin, and I think it was just her and I in the spring.
I believe so, yeah.
It was just her and I in the spring training together to really be dominant in the middle and open up options for our hitters, as well as running some options ourselves. And so learning a few weeks before preseason that I was going to be a right side, it was challenging, but I'd like to say that I'm adjusting well.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for your time, Claire. We appreciate it, and good luck with this start of the season.
Thank you.